Hello everybody. So we're on the second episode, and this girl, one thing that actually I paid attention to is in the ending of the last episode and the beginning of this one, two of the women said that they're dating younger men. So that's right, Where my cougars at? Where my cougars at? So I guess she's dating some guy that plays some sport in Slovakia or somewhere. I was like, oh, okay. And then she's like, oh, but I'm the Barbie doll girl, and he's the first one to like treat me well or whatever. And I'm like, come on, man. He doesn't give a shit, man. Like, he just wants sex. Like, he doesn't care about you like that. Like, that's so delusional. This guy probably has like other bitches out there that he plays with and shit. And I'm like, all right, man. All right, you playing, nigga? You playing? All right. I'm gonna play this one. You asked for it. You didn't really ask for it, but I'll play it for you. All right. So this bitch, I guess, is her introduction came. She came like she was from Coming to America or some shit. With they didn't have roast pedals. I guess they ran out of budget. But oh, I'm killing y'all right now. So okay, I'm playing this short clip right now.
Right before I did. I don't like Heather as a person, and I get annoyed by Heather all the time. It's just because of the way she looks, because of the way she dresses, because of the way she speaks, because of the lack of wheels turning up there.
Is he moving here, or are you just not going to move here? He can't because he has to train. I mean, he did.
Alright, that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there. I don't really think I need to say anything, but yeah, man, yeah. I mean, I think this is very helpful because the majority of the men, they think like, oh, women are like this and that. No, man, the bitches are feisty, man. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, most of them, I think there was a very interesting quote. I think it was, men are mean to each other, but they don't really mean it, and women are nice to each other, but they don't really mean it. And I think this pretty much proves my point for me. It's like, most of these women don't like each other. If a woman sees a woman that other people think is equally as hot as her, or is some sort of like hotter than her, right away, they hate each other. Or the bitch that thinks she's uglier hates the other one. So I think this was very interesting to see, and I'm gonna go forward to see if there's something else that might be like cool for me to play for you. All right, so we're back to bitch number one, this ready one, and I'm gonna play a short clip right here, right now.
How's the hubby?
I'm tired between flying and working, and it's a little bit challenging because I'm spending my time between Miami and LA, trying to do stuff there, and obviously have clients here. But it's good. Like, he comes to see me when he can. He's super busy with work, but I'm happy. Like, it's good. Yeah. My situation is similar to Heather's. We are doing long distance with the guys we love. With him, it's a little bit different. She cannot just go on a weekend to see him. It's 13 hours of flight.
Heather, get on your computer and do some work.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a ticking time bomb. This woman's relationship. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm pretty sure this guy, like, he lives in Miami and she lives in LA and she travels. Like, this nigga probably has a different family already. Like, I don't even know what he's up to, but I just don't see the appeal in that. I just don't see it. I mean, yeah, you can travel. I mean, it's gonna be a couple hours, going back and forth, but it's just exhausting, man. Like, if you have a full-time job and you have to go and travel on fucking weekends and stuff like that, that's like having another job that's not paying you money. You're pretty much losing money because you have to buy like tickets, and these people probably fly first class or something like that. So it's just, oh man, I really don't get it, man. Why are people having these long distance relationships? I really don't understand it. Can somebody please drop me a comment or something? I mean, I know they think they're in love, but I mean, love doesn't exist. Like, it's 2020. Love it's out of here. Like, what was it, like, the odds are pretty slim and slim just died. That's what Coach Greg Adams says. So I'm gonna tell you, like, it's not, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say at this point. It just seems so crazy to me. I'm gonna go forward because yeah. All right, so we're back to the blonde bitch, and I gotta tell you, like, she's charming to me. Like, I'm not speaking about how she looks. I'm just saying that she seems more reasonable in her behavior so far. And this is the one that's dating a guy that's, I think, 12 years younger than her. Not that anybody's counting. And all right, so they're on this date, I guess, and they're talking, and there's this clip that I wanna play for you.
I bet been married twice before. The first husband has passed away, and the second husband, it just didn't work out. It wasn't the right relationship to be in. Never thought I wanted to get married again.
How's your work going?
So the boys.
All right. So this woman is in her 30s. She's been married twice. I don't think she has kids or anything like that. But that is somewhat of a strange thing to me. Like, I mean, I guess the first husband, of course, he passed away. The second one didn't work out, but I mean, I don't think she has kids from any of her relationships. Or maybe she does. Actually, she didn't say. I just thought that was kind of interesting. All right, so that was a reality check for all of us. I guess she does have a kid, and she's 38. So I'm gonna play you the video, and then I'm gonna discuss it.
What?
Because I'm 38.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's a number. I mean,
Yeah, it's more about how you feel. So, but you're 25. You're not really that much older than my son. I have a son. He's 21. I did have him when I was very young. I was 16. I've been a single mom ever since. I don't see Roman ever stepping in like a father figure, and Austin doesn't need that, but they get along great. You feel like you're missing out?
yeah, there. I just, I don't.
We should probably talk about this. If we are thinking of a future together, then do you want kids?
I just feel like, I don't know. I'm saying that I didn't plan to have kids, right now. I definitely want kids.
How many?
I don't know, 1 or 2.
Like in an ideal world, how soon would you have them?
Between 30 and 35, which is in 5 or 10 years.
Because of our age difference, that might be a problem. Because I've got a couple years
I know.
left,
I mean, the
and you
thing
might
is,
not want them for a couple years. I've been there. I've done that. I would only consider having another child if it's someone I absolutely love and it's very, very important to them. So what would happen if you're not ready for a couple years and then it's too late?
I don't know.
Dun 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 dun. All right, man. So there it is. I guess she does have a kid, 21. Her boyfriend is a few years older than her son. But yeah, I think the one thing that I definitely see though is that you can tell that she's more reasonable because she's had to struggle for it for a longer time. Because I mean, being a single mom, and having a kid at that early age, that would be of course a problem for finding the right partner. So I think this guy, I mean, I'm 24, so he's pretty much my age, and I do like older women. So I think this is one of the problems where, first of all, I want to say that the one good thing about it is that when you're dating an actual single mom whose son is older, so her son is 21, that I think it's better because then you don't have to kind of step in as a father figure. So I think that's fine. But it is kind of harder if the woman wants to have more kids, and the majority of the times he does create some sort of a because later on, I mean, I think the age difference is probably gonna, I think it's 13 years age difference or something like that. So I think it might create some sort of problems later down the line. But I would say so far, I think this is the most reasonable woman that I saw from the ones that were on this show. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this one. All right, I'm gonna continue the last video because they're pretty much talking about the same situation. So
So sorry I forgot to text you. It was not what I expected at all. It's kind of awful.
What happened?
The date started great, beautiful place. We were getting along, and we started talking about what we want to do moving forward as a couple. And as we started talking about it, his age obviously has a role to play in it. So I asked him if he feels like he's missing out on anything, and he was like, "Yeah, sometimes."
What do you mean sometimes?
Yeah, right.
What is he missing out on? He just turned 25. When he can rent a car now. He's living.
all right, what is he missing out at 25? Are you for real right now? I'm gonna tell you right now, men who like older women are the exception. They're not the rule. So the majority of 25-year-olds, they're not going after 30 and 35 or 38-year-old women. They're going after 20 and 18-year-olds. So yeah, of course he's missing out. He's with an older woman. I mean, of course he probably likes being with her, but that doesn't mean that he's not missing out on a lot of women who are much younger. They're much more slim. They're much more youthful. And that's not in any way to shade on her. I mean, she looks good for her age. I think most of them, of course, I mean, they have a lot of like liposuction and all plastic surgery and shit, but it's not to shade her. I'm just saying that's how biology works. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this one.
Like, what? What am I missing out on? I'm so confused.
But it gets worse. It gets way worse. He doesn't want kids for 10 years.
What?
10 years?
10 years, so
If
it's
he does, that's, what does that do? Like, I'm gonna be 48?
But you could like freeze your eggs and like
At 48?
potentially- No, now, right now. And then like,
Yeah, but
48?
even if she
When he's
freezes
going
eggs.
to a surrogate, just plop them into someone else. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh my god, I'm like shaking. I just, I thought we were so good.
it's gonna be okay. I mean,
Are you crying?
All right, I hate bitches. They cry. All right, so I think the problem here is I think actually the thing with the surrogate or like the freezing your eggs thing is not a bad idea. I mean, especially when you have a bigger age range. So you know, if you're a guy in your 20s or if a woman is in her late 30s or 40s, like that's not actually such a bad idea. I mean, of course, that would imply that a woman has to be, you know, have kids at an older age, but I think at this point, I mean, that's pretty much the only thing that she can do. Other thing is she can force him to have kids. But I think the problem is that, you know, when she says, oh, but we're so good. Yeah, you were good because he didn't actually have to make some sort of a long-term commitment. Like, he's pretty much enjoying his time right now. And I think that's one thing that women that are older don't realize, that a lot of the times, like, guys, we enjoy older women because they're just mature. We can have good conversations with them. You know, it creates a very stable kind of relationship. But that doesn't mean that the majority of times you don't know if this is gonna last for like the next 5 or 10 years or whatever, because you know that the age difference is big. Yeah, I just wanted to add one little thing. So she says that, you know, she never thought she wanted to get married again, but with him she wants to get married. And I'm like, well, I mean, what? I mean, the thing is, like, he's enjoying his relationship with you right now, but that doesn't mean that he necessarily wants to get married. I mean, you never know. I mean, people can just change their opinion very fast. And when you're in that type of relationship where the woman is older, it really depends on, you know, where you're trying to go in life. Like, what's the mature level? And I feel like that's actually the type of conversation you should probably have earlier on. I mean, they had an anniversary, and she didn't know how many kids he wants, like when he wants to have kids. I feel like that's something that you should talk about in the beginning of the relationship, not after 1 year or however long they've been together. So I just think that's a little strange to me, and I think they kind of got caught too much in that bubble. I call it the bubble where you're like, you know, you're in lust. That's not even love to me. You're pretty much like infatuated with the person and you like how it's going, but you don't want to actually talk about serious issues because you know that's gonna roast a lot of problems for you, and that's why you kind of dodge the topic.
Her to stay in LA just because he wants her to make money from the brokerage. I don't know why though. She's basic, but whatever.
This bitch got her clothes out, man. So I guess the new girl that was introduced, like her boyfriend signed some new deal and he's moving to Sweden, and yeah, I guess she ain't happy about that. So for the next 2 years, she ain't gonna be able to, like, she'll probably have to travel like a lot. So yeah, I still don't get it, man. Like, somebody please explain to me why people are still doing long distance relationships. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You're not really in a relationship. You're just kind of like having a fling with somebody. I mean, because to me, being in a relationship means you have to be, like, even if you're not living together, at least be in the same, you know, spending time together and kind of building each other and learning each other's habits. I actually think living together, I mean, I know that's more of a purple pill thing to say, or like a blue pill thing to say, but I think living together just kind of show you people's habits and what they do. Are they good to live together? Do they clean after themselves? That type of thing that I think are very important for a relationship. And when you have people long distance, you're pretty much not living together. And the majority of these people, I mean, 2 of those bitches ain't living with their boyfriends or husbands, and 1 of them is living with her. I actually don't know if they're living together, but I assume they are. And I just don't get it. That's not a relationship to me.
you weren't on the same page as me, I think this scared me because I'm so in like this relationship and I want so much out of it, and I am 1 year older and closer to 40. Can you handle that? It's scary, right?
Yeah. Pretty scared. I like them.
Alright, so this is the one thing that I think she doesn't understand. Like, you can tell she's way more invested into him than he is into her. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't even think that much further into the future. Like, he's just pretty much enjoying his time right now. And that's one of the things that it really is frustrating, because like, she's at the end of her sexual prime and her sexual market value. So she's 39, which means that she's no longer in her youth and all that stuff. The man is 25 years old. He's not in his prime yet. A man's prime goes from 30, I think 40 forward. Her prime is pretty much over. So of course he's the high value male in this relationship. And of course he's gonna have some sort of a baggage or some sort of reservations to be in a long-term relationships like this, because he's enjoying it right now, but he doesn't know whether he's not gonna find another woman who's gonna be younger, who's gonna pretty much, because he said he wants kids in like 5 to 10 years, and I'm like, in 5 to 10 years he may find a woman who's like 20, who's like 25. She will be much better equipped to have a kid. Maybe she wouldn't have any kids before that, and that would be a much better fit for him. So I think that's one thing that she's not realizing, and she's trying to kind of make him into that blue pill Harry type of mindset. But I just don't know. I don't ship them. I don't think it's gonna work in the long term, and I think they're probably gonna break up eventually, unless somehow he decides to have a kid with her, and then pretty much, yeah, it's gonna go the other way around.
You're on one. You and your like little devil horns.
Honestly, I'm tired of filtering myself and apologizing. I'm just like, I don't even know how to describe this. I'm just like, it's like, oh, don't want to offend this person. Oh, don't want. It's like, I'm a news anchor. It's like, what the? I didn't sign up for this. I gotta be so careful about what I say around people. It's like, Jesus, you know? It's just like, I just want to say whatever I want, and no one to get offended. Is this so much dance?
Did you see that crazy look? Did you see that crazy look? What is that? No, I do kind of understand that people want to kind of express themselves the way they want. I'm the same way, but I don't know, man. That type of behavior, it's not very attractive for a woman. I'm gonna say it. I know you can blame me for having a double standard about this, because I know I like to curse all the time, but I think coming from a woman, it's not really attractive. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Yeah.